Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Farmer Big Z, and welcome back to episode 12 of my challenge series on Mars the Mission. We pick up bright and early in the month of October. We have a few things to do, and we need to be careful because we are expecting rain today. I think it's supposed to rain I looked earlier, and I'll double check that real quick. Let me just turn that on. But we are expecting rain at 11 o'clock. So, we need to hurry up, get at least these 2 small boxes done, and then pause for a rain delay. And that delay is going to be 2 hours, maybe a bit more than that, so we got to get this done. Last month, in the month of September, we mowed our grass, we turned that grass into hay, and then we set up our animal pens. Now, the animal pens were set up by buying cows and sheep, so we now have a ton of animals all over the place. We bought 10 sheep for both of our sheep pens, and then we bought 20 cows for all of our, for both of our cow barns. So once we get this sunflowers all mowed, not mowed, we don't mow sunflowers. After we get the sunflowers all harvested, I'm thinking of putting oats or wheat. I guess it is the wheat month, but wheat back down in this field. If we look at our seasons, our planting, our crop calendar, we can see that it is the last month to be able to plant wheat. Now, I should be able to directly drill straight into this without needing to cultivate, plow, or anything like that. So I'm going to give that a shot. But we need to see what is doable from this month. Also in this month, we also should get some beehives set up. I've mentioned beehives before and how it's something I might have been able to do earlier in the gameplay in this series, because it doesn't require anything else. It doesn't need any products, like it doesn't need any food. All you gotta do is have the money to drop them in, put them down. So maybe during our rain delay, I might go around and put maybe 5, maybe 10, depending on how much they cost, beehives down. Is that really the best? That's a good bit of overlap, but okay. You know what, I might just do this. I'll do this all manually. No GPS needed here. But yeah, I'm going to get these 2 fields done, and then we will pick back up once these lower boxes are done before I get back to the upper strip. Okay, and as I wrap up harvesting the sunflowers off the last bit of this lower box, we've harvested about 51,000 liters of sunflowers. I've sent Marty to the food storage area once, and he had pretty much a full load of 37,000. And then I have unloaded once more from my harvester into Marty about 10,000 already, and then this is going to be another 4. So we're sitting at about 50,000 liters, 51,000 liters of harvested sunflowers off these 2 fields. Now, I'm gonna unload, if I can get a little closer. I'm gonna unload what I have here into Marty. And then I'm gonna send Marty to the upper strip area. It's about 10 o'clock and we are expecting rain once again in about 50 minutes, maybe an hour. I'm hoping to push that as far as we can. So let's get this open. And now I want to send him to the North Strip area. We are dumping... Oh, I didn't change this last time. We are dumping sunflowers. Let's take a quick look just to make sure that that didn't cause any issues. Perfect. Okay, so Marty is on the way. Let's get this in. Now what I'm hoping to do before the rain starts is at least the first pass. That means headland on each side and the two outer edges all wrapped up and hopefully sent over to the food storage area before the rain begins. Once the rain starts, I'll be good to check on our animals, and I'll also be good to just prepare things for when the rain has stopped. But look at all these empty fields. We have empty fields all around us, except for, obviously, the North Strip, the upper strip that we're going to start getting rid of today. Now when it comes to seeding and planting things back down, like I said earlier, I do plan on putting wheat in both of the boxes. I know it won't be a lot, but I just want to make sure that we have some extra sunflowers growing, because the yield doesn't seem to be a lot. Although we did get, if I can pull this up, although we did pretty much get 125% on both of those boxes, it didn't, and I don't think sunflowers is an overall high yielding crop. So I do plan on putting sunflowers back down in this field, the upper strip, and then the field just south of that, the middle strip, just to get a solid 50 acres of sunflowers dedicated to our next harvest. And then I will continue to rotate them around. And even just on this first pass, on this far west headland, I can see that our yield rates aren't very high. So getting 50 acres in is what I do plan on doing for the next harvest. Okay, but I'm going to get this done, hopefully once again before the rain starts, and I will see you in a flash. And it's now a few minutes to 10, and the rain has started slightly earlier than what the forecast had, and that's fine. I was able to get the outer ring that I needed to get done, and I did one extra headland on the west side, and I was going to try to beat the clock and sprint over here to get one extra headland on this side done, but the rain has begun, so we will pause. I wish I could close my harvester's crop bin, but it's too full, so I'm just going to sprint over to Marty, get this unloaded into him, get him over to the colony food storage area, and pause for rain. Now while I was doing the outer rim of this field, I noticed that area in between this upper strip and the forestry area. I think that is going to be where I put my beehives. It's nice and out of the way, and I'll try to leave a good amount of room so that my auto drive course isn't running too close to them. But yeah, I know we need 20, and there must be room for 20 there, so maybe I'll do 5. Yeah, a row of 5 beside another row of 5. And then I'll put, let me just close this. Oh, shut that. Let's also get Marty on his way. But yeah, so I'll probably do a row of 5, the pallet spawn area in between that row, and then another row of 5, and then eventually 10 more behind that first row. I'll have to see if there's room for that, but that's the plan. That's the plan, at least for now. But before we do get that underway, I just want to make sure that my animals are doing a-okay for food. Move any bales, see how production on milk, slurry, and then wool is looking, and we will continue from there. First things first though, let's get our combine harvester lined up and ready for when the rain is done. Now we can take a look here to see at our yield information. And as expected, it's looking decent, a good potential area of 125, and then some much lower numbers in the corners on the edges. That's another reason why I wanted to put 2 fields of wheat up here, 2 fields of sunflowers up here, just to allow me to have a lot more yield. I know I wish all these fields were 125%. I wish everything was just giving me more, but we're going to try at least to get ahead of anything like that in the future. Our harvester is looking good for fuel, def, and maintenance. So we should be able to wrap up this final field. And look at this rain. Just tumbling in off of the Mars rain drip drop system here. However they made that work is impressive, but we're just going to keep pressing on. If you guys are also playing this Mars the Mission challenge, let me know how it's going for you. Let me know if you're falling behind on anything, if anything is already done. There's a lot of ways people could do this. You could make all of the fields either as big as you want and have larger fields to harvest from. But you could also plant all the fields the same crop and have, how much would that be? That'd be 15, 15, 15. So that'd be 45 plus another 2 10s, 65, and then another 2 5s, 75. So you could have 75 acres of just one crop. That would allow you to plant, let's say, wheat. All your wheat down and get that done and out of the way. And if there was any excess wheat picked up, you could always put some in a flour mill, a grain mill, and then maybe even into a bakery if you wanted to make a bit more money. And then you could just rinse and repeat that through any of the other crops you wanted to harvest. I do believe that potatoes are... Let's go in here first. I do believe potatoes are a high yield crop. 2 of 3, that's good. So it's one of those things where you realistically wouldn't need 75 acres worth of potatoes. But as you grew and as you saw things developing, you could easily just choose to... Perfect, so those are both still good. There's still plenty of hay down in those, and we're just getting started. Mind you, we don't even have a lot of sheep yet, and they are young sheep, so I'm not expecting too much from them so far. But yeah, if you are playing this challenge, let me know how it's going. I'd be interested to see what you guys are doing and how that's working out for you so far. Yeah, same situation over here. Just one crate of eggs. Plenty of food. And then I would hope and imagine that the same to be true over in the cow barn. Okay, let's see what these numbers are looking like. Slurry, just over 800 liters. Protect these cows from the elements. And then... Oh. Okay, so we are under 49 for hay. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, and that's probably just because this total capacity is filling up. But that is looking good. Silage. So we could hold a bit more silage and hay. But I'm going to leave that there for now. Let's shut this door. And then let's take a look at where we can put some beehives. Okay, let's park right here out of the way of everything. Shut this engine down and let's jump into our construction mode. Okay, animals, bees. So they said they want 20 large beehives. That's 19,000. I don't know if it works this way, but let's count. So that's 3 rows vertically, and then another 3, 6, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, yeah, 33. So it's a 3 by 11. That's a 2x5. Let's see if I can count them the same way. Let's see how this works out. So that's a 6, 6, 6, and 6. So that's 24 plus another 12, looking at 36. Okay, so I'm going to use these ones. They're a little bigger than the default in-game large beehive. I think they look a lot better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of where is the best area to put these. If I go all the way over here, let's do this. No, I'm going to keep them all down here. Yeah, so I'm going to turn on my grid, G for grid, and I want to do, let's do 3 meters, just keep everything all tight and lined up. Wow, 20,000, I can't even put 5 down. Let's go ahead and put 3 down. Let's make that 5 actually. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1. Ah, sucks that the word changed. I should have forecasted for that. Let's put this area down. But let's turn the grid size so I can kind of put that in between. Let's do that. And then we will put down, using the grid once again, 1 here. And then, ooh. Yeah, we'll do that. I know we're dangerously low on money right now, but that should all come back to us. Okay, well, animals are good. The beehives are up and operational. What I'll do in the meantime until this rain is done, I'm just going to go around and change a little bit of things on the auto drive network. So hopefully once again this rain doesn't last forever, but we will join back up together once the rain has passed. See you in a bit. Okay, it is 1 o'clock and we are just waiting on the rain. Oh. And the rain has stopped. Okay, let's get fired up. But yes, we have placed 4 beehives, and that cost 20,000 each. So we are essentially unfold. There we go. So we are essentially broke once again. But yeah, so $80,000 gone towards beehives, and we made sure all of our animals were all topped up on feed. We also we filled up our fertilizer sprayer, just getting ready to use that next month to spray whatever we end up seeding or planting down this month in the lower 2 boxes. So yeah, now that the rain is done, we are harvesting sunflowers once again. I am going to get this all wrapped up, and then we will press on with hopefully seeding wheat in the lower boxes. Okay, and we are done harvesting sunflowers off of our final field, the upper strip. I've managed to figure out, I don't want to say I've managed to figure out autoplay, but I've managed to figure out autoplay to the degree that it works out for me. So we have Marty alongside us here, unloading as we roll. And then when we get to the end of this pass, yeah, he has tons of room. Oh, don't go anywhere. Oh, I've gone and jinxed it. Okay, let's stop Marty real quick. Now let's send him to the food colony storage, because we're done. He's traveling with 30,000 liters, and we are done. Now, as you can hear, our harvester is almost out of fuel. It managed to harvest all of our fields, including the wheat field and the chicken dome. So that is over 75 acres. And if we look to see, let's get rid of some of this junk. But if we look to see our this menu. So 215,000 liters of wheat, 135, let's call it. 135,000 liters of oats, and then that's going to roughly turn out to be another 125 liters of sunflowers. So we're up and around the ballpark of 500,000 liters of product picked up. So I think our harvester did great for our first harvest season. So I'm going to drive him over to our fuel depot area and start getting him all fueled up. Now with the manual refuel and the realistic refueling speed, it is going to take quite a while. So while that's going, I'm going to sprint over and I'm going to jump into my tractor, because we need to start we need to start planting or seeding wheat back down into those 2 box fields. As you can see in the top right corner, we are expecting rain soon. Now it should be quite late into the evening and into the night, so hopefully we can get it all done. I think it starts around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. I checked earlier. Yeah, 10 o'clock. We expect rain in 10 o'clock. So 3 hours to get those 2 small fields all seeded. Now, if we try to seed and we are unable to, for whatever reason, I'll just end up... Ooh, I can't even end up cultivating. Yeah. I will have to order a cultivator, and we will cultivate and then plant something else in the appropriate months. Okay, let's get this unfolded. Let's get it turned on. And let's hope this works as I think it would. Perfect. We are planting seeds down into the lower, I guess not the lower, but the two boxes. The upper box and then the lower box. I'm going to carry along this headland strip here. And then we'll get this done. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm going to get this done. This should be pretty fast. And then we will get Marty on rolling, I think. And weeds are growing too. Maybe we'll get him to weed and then I'll roll, but we'll figure that out. But I'm going to get this done here. And we'll be right back. Okay, and we are back. We finished seeding wheat down on both of the boxes. And we now have Marty, who has completed weeding the lower box, now making his way along to weed the upper box. I'm going to roll both of these fields, and we're going to call it a night soon. It was a pretty long day, and it is getting dark early. Outside of that, we have refueled our harvest combine, and we also put new or more depth into it as well. Marty is in need of repairs, and I will get him all repaired once he is done weeding that field. And then I'll also get him fueled up. Money may be a little tight starting next month. Hopefully some of our production or byproducts from animals that we have start to generate some revenue for us, because we are essentially broke. But outside of that, that's going to be it for me today. If you made it this far, as always, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please consider subscribing if you are enjoying this series, and give me a like if you are enjoying this content. If there's any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I will get back to them. As always, I'm Farmer Big Z. I hope you are all having a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.